Hi everybody, I'm Anna Vee and welcome to the podcast Dream Catchers, where we talk about going after your dreams and trying to find the keys to unlocking them. I'm an independent artist and I achieved some of my goals, but yet haven't reached my ultimate dream, which is to be a successful global artist. That's why I decided to create this podcast where I'm inviting people from the music industry, such as producers, artists, and other creatives with different experiences from record labels, TV shows, and independent growth. We're all gonna share our stories, and that will hopefully help us on our journey to the top. So please join me on this mission by clicking subscribe, the notification bell, don't forget thumbs up, and comment below what you want to know more about. Alright, let's go! Hi everybody and welcome to the podcast Dream Catchers. For today's episode we have an incredible artist who is also a guitar player, and he has his own label. What? Come on, give it up for Alex Alexander. What's up? What's going on? Where are you now? Please tell us everything. I want to know everything. Haven't seen you for ages.
I'm sitting here in LA.
Awesome.
And unfortunately, it's not sunny now because it's night, but it's still beautiful. Yeah, skyline looks sick.
What time is it? What time is it there?
Now it's 12:30 a.m.
Musicians time. Musicians time.
I love it.
So yeah, tell us about your story. What do you do and everything? We want to know everything.
So I'm an artist and songwriter and mostly guitarist, I would say, as a musician. And also a label owner, actually, a label called Loud Cult.
Yes, I really want you to share about this. Why did you even start to think about owning your own label? Because I know how hard it is for artists, to release music. I guess that's the reason.
Yeah, I mean, it started out with just trying to not be in the hands of anybody else.
Exactly.
Like you want to have control over your songs and your masters and all songwriting rights and publishing and all this stuff.
Yes.
And it felt like in the beginning of streaming, a lot of new alternatives started popping up, which gave more independence to the actual artist. Mm-hmm. You had first of like TuneCore and DistroKid and these.
Exactly.
You kind of pay them a set fee, like $10, and then you own all your rights. We were very interested in this, so me and another artist, Lucas Estrada, we started this company, Loud Cult. It was only me and him in the beginning, and now we've grown it to 12 people in the whole label.
Amazing.
And we actually just... Yeah, we reached 1,000 songs actually.
Wow! Congratulations! Yeah. Woo!
It's crazy.
It's amazing. Wow. Okay. This is. I mean, I know some parts of your journey, and I always been amazed that you never ever gave up. Never, and that's why I really wanted to have you today in my podcast. And
exactly. I mean, I think one of the strongest points to have like in the music industry is to like never give up and be resilient, because like nothing is built overnight. And if you look at the biggest artists that you might like, they always have a way longer journey behind them than you would think. You only see them when they're the hottest and the biggest.
Don't you think now it's a problem with the young people? They think that they can become famous over the night because of the TikTok and everything, which is amazing. I mean, you have to do all your social media and work on it, but they have this kind of mentality. What do you think about that?
I mean, definitely we entered a new era of like how people think. Like you said, it feels like, you can have a song blow up and that might be your only song ever on TikTok. I mean, I've seen many examples of that, people that have crazy hits and then there's nothing. Because how do you recreate that whole viral success that is mostly extremely random? Because it's just a trend that people generate towards. And yeah, I think that creates like a mentality that you you know, like you want to get it fast, like super fast, and then
Exactly.
it's gonna fall off like a stone in the ocean. But
Yeah,
there's not many
it's
artists that have the long-term mindset. Definitely not.
no, definitely. I mean, I absolutely agree. I think it's better to have steady growth rather than just like fly up and fly down even harder.
Yeah, which is
So-
probably, it's an amazing way of doing it as well, but it doesn't seem to. Yeah, you don't really know what to do when there's no blueprint.
No.
I think that's the main thing. So, say that your first song blows up on TikTok, which would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
And then what? Like, there's no back catalog, and
No,
there's
exactly.
no way to keep the fans, like the massive fans you get from that boost.
But how do you
It's
keep
one
your
thing.
fans like following you, and how do you interact with them?
Well, unfortunately and fortunately, they stay because I put up so much music and I keep on putting new styles. And I feel like the more I age, also, like my style is transforming a lot to different things. And that's going to be my way of my artistry my whole life. It's more fun, in my opinion, if you can do more styles. And it's going to be more exciting for the listener because they're like, what is he going to do next?
Yeah.
What is this, a reggae
That's
album?
true.
What,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You know, it doesn't make any
Who
sense,
are
but
you,
it's
a
fun.
reggae guy?
Yeah,
that.
and that's the thing that I love now, that it seems like the lines are blurred out
It's
totally.
so blurred. Yeah, it's so blurred. When I went to a radio station the other day, they're like, "What style do you do?" I'm like, "Well, it's pop, definitely, but with so much influence, you know."
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's just very hard. It's no more. Yeah.
If it's on the list and it's like, if it's metal or rock or
Mm.
pop rock or trap, I feel like it's considered pop, you know, at that point.
So you
So,
like
yeah,
pop?
that's-
Are you
Yeah.
doing like pop, mostly pop, but with a lot of influence as well?
I'm releasing an album now in October. Everything is ready now. It took
Okay.
forever.
Oh, tell us about that. Tell us about. It's the first
this is
album,
a-
right?
Yes, it's going to be a clear, like, a clear way to see where I want to take my music. It's very like, this whole album is very me, 100%. And we kind of just did songs that we thought were fun ourselves. So no, didn't look at any charts to get like influencing and stuff from there. We just wanted to do something that was fun and that we liked. And the songs are all fitting so well together somehow, super weird, because we didn't even think about it. We just did them, right? And I feel like my unique sound is always going to be the guitar and like the way my voice sounds. So then the music doesn't matter that much, because you
How
will
many
still
songs?
get the signature.
How many songs is gonna be on the album?
So 12 songs in total on the album.
That's a big album.
It's nice. And I got three big features, and yeah, it's a big project to put
Are you
together.
gonna release single by single, or are you just gonna drop the album?
So the two singles, Love Taker, I don't know if you heard, and Dopamine,
Yes,
they are
of
part of the
course.
album as well. So we
Okay.
started with those.
Of
'cause it was
course, I
fun,
hear
like 80s
I
tracks.
always share your songs.
I love it.
Will you release any music videos with your upcoming album?
Yeah, we shot a music video 2 weeks ago, actually, here in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, with a whole team. It's going to be a very unique music video as well. People are either going to hate it or love it.
That's the best, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Some people might actually hate it. That's
Okay.
the interesting thing.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Oh my
it's a
goodness,
very,
I'm
very
excited.
yeah, it's a pretty delicate like subject.
Okay.
But it
No,
suits the
a little
song.
bit of taste, please. Give us something.
It's so hard to explain this. Like it's a whole transformation of a person. That's the only thing I can
Oh my
say.
goodness. Okay, so,
Yes.
okay, I'm scared. Okay.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. Oh, it's gonna be I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. So you decided to move to LA, right? And you lived in Sweden. And Sweden, what I've heard, is the best place to be when you want to be a musician or write music, or it's not true. Why LA? Why America?
The big difference, obviously, is that LA County, I think, is like 16 million people. So everything is so much bigger. It's like the music industry here is 10 times bigger, money-wise and everything. You know,
Okay.
here. Still, like if you say Stockholm and Sweden, they have a massive music export. You know, we have so many incredible songwriters and producers in
Exactly.
Sweden, great artists like yourself, but yeah, it feels natural. Like if you want to connect to bigger producers and influencers in the music industry, you got to be like in London or in LA or Nashville, big market now as well.
But look, from my experience, labels want to categorize you based on your region, and they will not push you internationally unless you're already quite big in your territory. I don't know, is it better to start where you're based, or it's directly worth to like, okay, decide and go to America and just like 100% do everything there? Or
I mean, I think both methods work great. It's just depending on like what your strengths are as an artist. Say that if you're a good person that is, you can easily connect with people, and mingle, and I think you can do things in LA 50 times faster than in Sweden.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of agree with that. Yeah,
You could meet someone this weekend that can change your life.
right.
I haven't heard that many stories of that in Stockholm ever. It's just a different music industry.
Different mentality, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's very American culture is very open. It's way more aggressive business wise, obviously. But if you meet great people, you can do things very fast, and you can kind of sidetrack. All this gatekeeping that's in Europe. There's a lot of gatekeeping. People, it's not easy to get a hold of certain contacts, unfortunately. You still have that here as well, obviously, but there's so many talented people here, so you can meet a group, a songwriting group, and then they're connected to this and this and this, and it goes very fast.
Is LA like you imagine it would be, Alex?
I mean, yes and no. I would say there's definitely like a they sold the dream of like Hollywood very good, I would say. And there's so much other parts of LA which are way more interesting and probably harder for artists as well. But yeah, I would say so. There's a lot of great people here. You can do things fast. It's just about connections and going out there and mingling, trying to find the right people for you that you can work with efficiently. But yeah, I would say it's pretty much as I thought it would be.
And what's the main difference between like Sweden and LA for the artist, like for you as a creative soul? What did you feel like? What was the biggest difference?
I mean, the biggest difference here is that once again that you meet a lot of new songwriters and producers, and a lot of other artists as well. So it feels like people are very open to collaborate here, and Sweden is more safe. It's people might not be that fast unless they're very high level and professional. And people dream big here. I love that. It's just some of their dreams might be fucking insane. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But at least they have them,
Scream and shout about it, that I have.
Oh yeah, cockiest artist in the world here. I mean, look at Kanye West. He says he's Jesus. Like, I mean, it doesn't get crazier than that.
Okay.
It's pretty insane, like they do get the mentality early. You can feel it here, and it's something very cool about that. It's something dope about it. It's very they're bragging a lot, but it's sometimes it works out and they become the biggest artists.
Exactly. I mean, you need the hype. You need this hype around you. So
yeah, there's a little bit of attitude at least. It's not that lame. I like that.
No, definitely. All right. For anyone who's never released music before, where to start? What's your 3 tips?
I mean, I would say, first of all, come to us at Loud Cult.
Yeah. We're going to put link out there.
No, but I mean, first of all, like, make sure you make the music and, even though it's hard, I would say try to do as much as you can yourself, because it will save you so much time and hassle. Obviously, if you have a producer you work with, always, that's great. But if not, maybe try to mix, maybe try to learn a little bit so you can like do more steps. It's always easier. And then get your artwork together. Artwork can be pretty loose nowadays, I feel. It's just
That's true. Yeah.
it's just a little small square on a streaming platform. Like you don't really think about it that much. Still,
but where to
there's some
go?
branding
Where
to
to go? Like, okay, if you have music already that's done and you think it's amazing and ready to go, what do you do next?
Right.
What's your next step?
Yeah, so there's several new independent distributions that they have now.
Okay.
And some of them you pay a fee and you upload your song and you can start releasing that way. One of the best ways, I would say, to release. It will deliver to all different stores: Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, and like 400 other ones that people use around the world. And yeah, that's basically how easy it is to upload a song. You could do a song today if you're an artist, and you can release it tomorrow. It's like a fantastic time we're living in. Kind of a scary time as well, because it opens up a lot of material that maybe should have never been done. but it's an exciting world because everybody has access,
Yeah.
And
because
the
of
market
social
is
media,
right
they
there.
can grow and because
you have YouTube and there's so many platforms where you can find your audience and show off who you are and your persona and build your music from that way, basically. But those are the easy steps: create the song, upload it, and then it's out, and then market it as good as you can.
Okay, Alex, I know that you've been touring the world and before you moved to LA, so please tell me some funny, juicy stories. We want to know.
Absolutely, yeah. So when I was 19, I went and I played in Asia for 2 years. And it was an incredible experience.
Asia. Not everybody
and
goes
my,
there.
my when I
You're so
left
blonde
the airport,
as well. You've been like, woo, ladies.
my mom was crying at the airport because she was like, he's gonna die. But it was incredible. First stop we did was Vietnam, and then we went to Thailand and China, and then the last run I did was like in the Middle East, and then back to Sweden.
For how long did you go there?
So it was from 2009 to 2011, actually. So it was,
so it's like
2 years I was gone. Didn't feel like 2 years at all, because we were playing crazy stages and it was crazy parties every night, and if the time went really, really fast, and we had so much fun with the band. We're kind of like a family in the end, because I played with the same bass player and drummer through this whole contract.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
Funny stories, something I know, some stories.
Oh my God, so much bad stuff that happened.
No, please, come on, Alex.
I don't even know if this is a funny story, but it was kind of funny when I think about it.
Story, yeah.
So in Vietnam, I got food poisoning from salmon, like a really bad food poisoning. I actually got an organism in my stomach.
What?
And I had to play 6 nights a week. So first I thought it was just stomach issues, right?
Yeah.
So I was standing on stage and I was like, cramps like this, and everybody was like, "What's wrong with the guitarist? Like, what the fuck?"
Always on drugs.
There was like 4 or 5 days of that, and in the end, I was like really white and obviously extremely sick. I had to do crazy antibiotic, and they were like, "He's so white and he's cramping and shit." He's like, "What's happening with him?" I'm like, "Okay, it's like a little cold." It's crazy. Yeah, so
let's go back to LA. Any progress in music or producers that you met already?
Yeah, I have a great story actually from one of the first times I was in LA. This was like in 2017, 16. And this is how weird it is. Like sometimes you're just lucky, right? And I was going to go and see my friend. She was performing in the Valley. And while I was taking the Uber, I was talking to the Uber driver, because I kind of always do that because it's fun, when you're not bored on a trip. And we started talking about music, and he's like, "Oh, I have music." Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, Swedish artist." And he's like, "Oh shit!" Like the guy that I rent from, he's like a big producer. And I was like, "Oh, dope, call him." And he's like, "Okay."
Really?
So
that's easy.
Call him.
That easy.
And then he spoke on a phone. He's like, "Do you want to come over to the house?" but you're gonna miss this gig. I'm like, fuck the gig, let's go.
Let's go to the producer.
Could be anyone, like Max Martin. I don't know.
Amazing.
And then we came in. It was a massive dude. He did like Chris Brown and some actually. What was it more like Chris Brown? He did some Whitney stuff, which is insane. Really talented dude, and that's how I got the connection with him. It was just pure luck from an Uber driver. Yeah. And just so random.
Yeah.
And you never really know, who you meet and who's the roommate of what person and works with this person. This is his cousin, and like I played NAMM here for Yamaha Guitars in was it 2018? Yes, 2018. And so my artist name is Alex Alexander, obviously.
Yeah.
There's also an extremely famous drummer named Alex Alexander, and he's like in his late 60s.
Okay.
Yes. And he plays for Yamaha as well.
Oh, wow.
So it gets really confusing. So my friend was there supporting me. We came really late. I had to rush to stage, and they gave me the guitar, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna present you, of course." There were people from all over the world that works for Yamaha. So this lady that was gonna present me, she went up there and she was like, yeah, 3-time Grammy nominated, played with Eric Clapton, and my friend was like, what the fuck? Like, Alex never told me this.
Told me this?
Yeah, he's like played with Eric Clapton, with Bob Marley, and all these people.
How old
Grammy nominated.
I just look good.
Won several, awards and stuff. So my friend was like, is Alex like low key? Is he like 49? Like, you never told me, and he done all this shit. So I came up and I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm the guitarist, Alex Alexander." And she was so embarrassed. Of course, she was so scared.
But you said it like, on stage. When you came out,
I was standing on the side of stage, and then she's like, "Yes, come up." Yeah. And my handler, he was like, no, it's Alex Alexander, the guitarist. Yeah. And then I went up and played guitar. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh my goodness, Alex.
And it was really funny because there was some guys from Yamaha in Sweden there.
Yeah.
And I was like all sweaty because I had to run through all of NAMM, and NAMM is massive.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't know where the stage was, and of course I was super late, so it was ridiculous. So I came up and I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm so late because I ran all the way from Sweden." And the Swedish guys were like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Yeah. But I gotta be honest. That was one of the best introductions I ever had.
Yeah, that's amazing.
3-time Grammy nominated.
You're
Clapton,
like, I'm taking it in.
I was like,
it's me, baby.
Just don't ask me what tracks, because I don't know what it's
This is amazing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
this is so
that
cool.
was really funny.
All right, Alex, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So I'm just gonna keep on releasing music like crazy my whole life, as long as I have the power to do it, obviously. So in 5 years, hopefully I should have at least 4 or 5 albums out. Hopefully played a couple of bigger shows here in the US, and taken Loudco to like become one of the biggest labels in the world, like very established,
Yes. Oh my God. Woo! Applause, everybody. Let's hope for that. Yeah. All right, Alex, if you can choose anyone you want in the world, who would you choose to work with?
100% Max Martin.
Yeah. I heard that answer before.
There is another guy that I love as well. Is Serban. Yeah, Serban is a mixer and engineer. He's a beast. He done a lot of the biggest stuff.
Okay, and third?
Actually, I would love to write a song or ever get the chance to write with Ed Sheeran, because he's an incredible songwriter.
That's true.
Just to kind of see how he thinks,
Exactly.
In a way. I think that would be extremely interesting.
And learn something from him, of course.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. All right, Alex, to wrap this up, one last question from me. If you could travel back in time and hang out with yourself for 5 minutes, when you were 10 years old, what 3 things would you tell yourself?
Right. I mean, it would be patient, because things are not going to come overnight, obviously. Also create more all the time, as much as you can, because even if it doesn't have any value today, it might find a value in a year or two, or the month after, you know. But at least you're constantly creating. And learn as much as possible about your craft, because you skip so many people that you are dependent on if you do that, and it will transform you faster, you know.
That's amazing. That's so great tips. Thank you so much for being with me today and tonight. Today and tonight.
I was gonna say tonight.
Thank you so much. I love you. You know, I will always support you. Guys, please check him out. All links I will leave on the screen. And I wish you good luck with everything. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you. Love and kisses.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye.